Before I start this review, I need to say something about how I felt about this movie before going into the theater. Several times over the last few years, movies have been ruined for the first time I've seen them because of all of the over-advertising and marketing that have been going on with that particular movie. Too often, I walk into a film not wanting to see it because there have been so many advertisements about that particular movie. A perfect example of this would be Batman Begins. The first time I saw that movie, I didn't have that much fun, and I did not enjoy it, because I had seen so much marketing, and I had been so oversaturated with so many advertisements concerning that movie, that, frankly, I had been sick of it even walking in. I didn't want to watch it. However, the second time I went back and watched that movie, I did enjoy it much more. And subsequently, it is now one of my favorite movies. That experience is what occurred with this film. I walked in not wanting to watch it because there has been so much hype and advertising going into Avatar that frankly I was sick of it before even walking in. This movie taught me a very, very valuable lesson. My lesson learned is that if James Cameron has complete control over a project, it will be great. I enjoyed this movie nearly all the way through, not only because of its good special effects, but also because of very good storytelling, albeit not an original story, and with pretty good acting from both cast and CG characters. The story of Avatar follows one character in particular, Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington. Jake's character is a former Marine who's hired by this company, which is primarily stationed on this distant moon of a planet called Pandora. This company wants him to use this particular type of creature called an avatar, which is a combination of human DNA and alien DNA. The alien DNA coming from native creatures that are on this planet. We come to find out that the motives of this company are to try and relocate these aliens, known as the Na'vi, to a different part of the planet. So it is Jake's job to use this avatar and to infiltrate this Na'vi clan and gain their trust, learn about them, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, so on and so on. Now, as the movie progresses, he learns so much about the Na'vi that he really comes to love them and accept them, and they accept him as one of their own. Of course, now the problem is you have the humans who want to still strip mine this place and basically screw the Na'vi out of their land. So in essence, the story of this movie is straight out of some of the classic movies from the past, such as Dances with Wolves, Lawrence of Arabia, even to an extent, The Last Samurai, and even with a hint of Dune in there. And that actually is one of the few drawbacks of this movie. It is quite predictable at times. There's one general in this film played by Stephen Lang who is like every other military leader in all of these movies I mentioned. He is the bastard who wants to relocate all of the Na'vi by any means necessary, whether it be peaceful or driven out by force. This character is very predictable throughout the entire movie, from his actions towards other characters as well as his dialogue. And trust me, some of his dialogue is really ridiculous. It almost takes you out of the film because you just laugh at how messed up his dialogue is. Too often, bad dialogue in a movie can almost draw you away from the whole experience, and in some ways ruin a movie. Now, that didn't occur with this movie, because the overall plot and the acting were very good, so it didn't detract from that. And speaking of the acting, this is one of the first movies I have ever seen where I actually felt emotion and compassion towards a CG character. One of the first Na'vi that we meet is a character by the name of Neytiri, played by Zoe Saldana. And this character is so good throughout the entire movie. And that is a testament to the artists who worked on these CG characters. So, final rating. As I mentioned before, Give James Cameron 12 years and a massive budget, and he will create a masterpiece. From what I've been told, James Cameron has been working on this movie since 1997, and it shows. This was very close to being a flawless movie. Again, some of the plot is a bit predictable, and there could have been some tweaks to the dialogue. It does not subtract from the overall great experience that anyone can have going into this movie. I'm going to give Avatar 4 stars. This is easily going to be one of the best movies to come out this winter, and I really do suggest you watch it on the big screen while it's out. And if you get a chance, definitely watch it in 3D. Now, there is one thing that potentially does really scare me about this franchise. James Cameron has been quoted as saying that if this movie is a financial success, he will go on to make this a trilogy. Now, I would look forward to that, but here's the problem. This movie was 12 years in the making, and in total cost nearly $300 million to make. If this movie leads to a sequel and possibly a trilogy, who knows how much money this thing's gonna burn. So don't be surprised if in the year 2021 we'll be seeing Avatar 2, Rise of the $1 billion budget. So, take care.